Hello there. It's been a long time since the last video. I'm terribly sorry. However, work's just got nuts. The rugby season started. I've been battling various minor injuries to try and get myself on the field. And sadly, something had to give way for a bit. I was planning to do a monthly meta video because it's basically term time, so there's fewer tournaments throughout the winter months. There tends to be quite a lot during like the summer holidays, so I thought I'd go back to monthly. But now I've really got a bit of time to sort of spend at least a big chunk of Wednesdays going through various bits and bobs. This is just a bit of an update video. Um, you can't see very, pardon me, you can't see very well, but there's absolutely tons and tons of tabs open for me to go through this data. The worst thing is like since this game I had in September against Sleaford, some massive bloke. I'm quite a big bloke. I realise. I went to see. Why is it gone all light? I went to see England at the weekend at Twickenham, and which was absolutely fantastic. And I saw Dan Cole sort of lumbering around the field, and I'm exactly the same height, shape, size, and all the rest. And I thought, God, he's a big bloke. And then I just realised, oh, hold on, that means I am as well. But anyway, this game against this guy at Sleaford, I mean, he's bigger than like I'm 19 stone and 6 foot one, and can run quite hard. But this bloke, he was like 6'4", 5", something like that. He absolutely battered me. I went to tackle him, and he just, as he was running, like he kneed me right in the neck. Like I went down, he just went right in the neck, and I've had like pain shooting down my arm ever since. I think apparently this nerve. I've spoken to my rugby physio, but apparently this nerve just goes in some players sometimes, and it can take months or years to stop hurting, and it's just random and it doesn't really affect anything. Apparently, what I found is it's affecting my deadlifts. So, like, I used to be able to deadlift like 270 was my best kilos. 250 was quite comfortable. Now I can barely deadlift 240. So, I think it's kind of because the problem is like when you're deadlifting, you're like shooting nervous signals down to your entire body, telling your entire body to heave. And if one of your nerves is a bit buggered, then you're kind of wasting energy. So you lose a. I feel like I've lost about 10%, which I have. Anyway, so this is just a quick update video to apologise for not for not doing a video sooner, really. But yeah, I've got loads to go through. I thought I'd do a quick, like, whilst I'm doing the data, is to sort of show you how I look at things and how we just check that events qualify for. I know this is my criteria, so I just like to check a list just to make sure I've got the points right, because sometimes they're different. And then what I do is I check through the verify the actual results, make sure there's not a load of players at the bottom with like zero results, because sometimes you get like there might be 12 players but 3 just didn't really turn up, and they've got like a load of like null results at the end, so there weren't 10 people at a tournament. But this one looks alright, so then I just copy that data, Control C, and then I go to Chat GPT, which I've got a chat here which I've taught to put it in a table. So I'm just copying that, and there we go. And then it takes its time and puts it all in a table. Boom. It took me ages to tell it to put it in that kind of table, so I can just copy it and then I paste it in here, like that. And I've removed the club column, so I'm just going to get rid of that, actually. I don't need it. The problem is, like, club names are inconsistent, so, like, it would be nice to see, like, whether any clubs are doing better than other clubs, but, like, really it's not massively helpful data. And then we just take the thing, take the name of the event. It's in Australia, which is in Australasia, and that finished on the 28th, 9/24, and there were 3 games and 12 players. 3 games, 12 players, 2,000. Yeah, and then that is the same data all the way through to the end. And then what I've got to do is just check the results and just like, so that's a 3-0, 3-0, and 2-0-1. What I can't get ChatGPT to do is work out what results people have got because it can't see colours. The problem is some this looks like a plain 20. Yeah. So 201 goes down to and includes position number 5, and then we've got 102s all the way down to 9. So I can copy paste that, and then we've got a 101, and then we've got an 003, and then we've got an 002. Nice, and then that's that tournament sorted. And then what I'd like to do is just check. Wood Elves are actually quite good, so this guy's lost all 3. Is it interesting to look at? And then I'll just clock it for later. So then when I do my show where we look through, then when I do my video where we look through, no, it's just got no sisters. That's the issue here. It's not a terrible list. It's just not really a tournament list. You need sisters in Wood Elves. They're pretty much a must take. So Scott hasn't taken them, so he's not done very well. Because his magic app, I mean, he's gone for, he's got a level 4 Treeman Ancient, that's a perfectly sensible, level 4 wizard. Because Treeman Ancient's it's a tough level 4 wizard. It's hard to kill. He's got a level 2 Branch Wraith. I think that's probably a waste of points, to be fair, but whatever. Especially without the Lore Familiar to make sure you get the spells that you want. I'd have gone for a Lore Familiar and like a Power Scroll, so that you get the whatever the spell is that stops your opponent from charging, which I think is absolutely vital for Wood Elves to be able to get that off, to more or less guarantee getting that off. So that's a really useful thing. And then he's got a Glade Lord on foot, which is not a generally good idea. You want your Glade Lord on a mount because you want to keep it alive. If they get caught, they get squished. But then I guess there's ways of making sure they don't get shot other than putting them on a mount, like you can, other than putting them on foot and then hiding them around stuff. None of these units are particularly big. War Dancers are pretty good. They're just difficult to use. Wild Riders are great. Little units of 5. I mean, 156 points isn't that expensive, considering they're kicking out how many attacks? That would be 16 on the charge. Because they've got Furious Assault. I think they've got 1 attack base, haven't they? Or maybe they've got 2 attacks base. I don't know. Oh, they've got 4 attacks on the charge. I think they might have. I've forgotten. I have forgotten. Warham's books. Where's the good guys? There we are. Also, if anybody knows of anything that converts ebooks into PDFs, please, for the love of God, let me know. The problem is these are EPUB like 3.0s or something. I can't remember the exact problem, but the way that they're coded means that you can't decode them and turn them into a PDF like this, which is really annoying. Because I just wish I could get them in PDF format because it's so much easier to use. What am I doing? Oh yeah. What was I doing? Oh yeah, Glade Riders, Cavalry. Not Glade Riders. Yeah, Sisters absolutely must take. Wild Riders, one attack base. Yeah, so they got 3 attacks on the charge. Because they got Frenzy and they got Furious Charge, so that puts them up to 3 attacks. Weapon Skill 5 is great. Initiative 5 plus 1 for Elven Reflex is 6, plus probably 3 for charging 9. So they've pretty much on the charge got strikes first. You know, they're Initiative 9 on the charge, which is amazing. And they get up to Strength 6, AP 2, but with Armor Bane 1. So they're pretty much like. Sorry, Strength 5. It's their Hunting Spear is Strength plus 1. Which is like almost a lance, but not quite. But they've made them strength 4, so they're like strength 3 with a lance, but the strength 4, which means in subsequent rounds of combat, you know, they're all right. Do their single hand weapons have any special? No, it's just the longbows, isn't it? Cool. Sorry, I'm a bit snotty because my wife's put a scented candle and it's irritating me. I should vape more because that'll clear it out. Yeah, so that's not really a list worth talking about, to be honest, in a show. I mean, you know, if Scott is listening, then you know what you need to do. You need to get some sisters in. I actually, this amount of Glade Riders in court isn't a terrible idea. No, it's not a terrible idea. Yeah. Hmm. Maybe like just 3 units of like because I know it sounds dumb, but if there's 6 in a unit, right, a Hagbane Tips means you're going to get 1 poisoned attack off per unit, right? Um, you know, one. It's not a lot. Like 1 auto wound on a giant is like, yeah, so what? So if you have 3 of them, that's 3 auto wounds on a giant, which will probably go through. But like, you know, what's the point? It's just not enough. It's just not enough firepower, really. Um, it's just like little bits of chip damage, and they're not going to do a lot. And you've got to be careful with your target because you can't pick mounted heroes because they've just normally got armor saves and ward saves and regens out the wazoo. So nothing's going to go through from like 1 poisoned attack from these guys. So do you know what I mean? It's better off either you go for a big unit of Glade Guard and really try and maximise the amount of poison that you can throw at your opponent, or lean more into the Dryads. I think the Dryads are pretty good. You don't see them taken very often. But I think, you know, like single unit, -1 to hit shooting skirmishers with, you know, tons of attacks at a decent amount of strength. Where are they? Yeah. So, you know, like multiple attacks, reasonable weapon skill initiative and all that kind of stuff. They're only strength 3, and they've only got hand weapons, but they're relatively cheap. Regen 6, they cause fear, immune psychology, they'd have magical attacks. Like little units of these. You know, little units of 5 of these could be pretty good. And they've got stubborn, which is pretty good. And Tree Spirit is actually a limitation. That means that only characters with Tree Spirit. Treekin, I think, are fantastic. You know, Toughness 5 is actually a lot higher than you think in a game. You only have to take 2 in a unit, which means you can MSU it quite comfortably. You know, you got 108 points, basically. For 2 of them, with 1 of them being a champion, which is, you know, not bad. And then after the first one dies, you've got like a single model skirmisher thing, which is an elder with more attacks and blah blah blah. You know, who can take some forest spites, sorry, which can only be taken once, which I think is a bit of an issue with them, to be honest. But yeah, I think they're pretty good. And if you were going to take any spites, what would you do? You might take a Lamentation of Despairs. You might take a Murder of Spites. The other 2, that's more for your general, really. Or like a single monster. Like your Treeman Ancient, Annoyance of Netlings is quite good, because if they do get into combat with, like, say, a unit, then Do you know what I mean? You could just challenge out the champion. So your opponent either loses their champion, especially with the Bretonians, because they pretty much have to accept the challenge, or else they've lost their blessing. But anyway, yeah. What's the time? I've got to make a call at 11, so it's now 22. So yeah, so that's that one. So anyway, are any of these lists worth talking about in any detail? No. No, this is... Oh, Gigantic Spawn. I love Gigantic Spawn. I think they're great. He's gone for both Nurgle. That's really interesting. I actually quite like... I like a couple of Nurgles and a Tzeentch. Yeah, I quite like Tzeentch. Anyway. Oh, poop. I know that was his list, wasn't it? No, hold on. Was that Old Grudges 5 and then LGT? Old Grudges 5, yeah, LGT, yeah. So, Dr. Luke Blackcell. That's a 2,000 point list, isn't it? I think 500, yeah, it's TK. Then over to ChatGPT. And while that's loading, I can then go back to this one and update me. I've got two screens, so obviously, and this was in England, which is in Europe. And that finished on the 29th of the 9th. 24, 5 rounds. How many players? 48. Nice. 2,000. Was it actually 48? Oh, hold on. Have I got all the data? No, I haven't. Idiot. I didn't realise it was that big. Oh, it's 47. Okay. Right, I'm going to have to do that again. Yes, sorry, chat. It's 47. Pretty big tournament, this one. And Bretonnia take positions 1, 3, 4. Is that just going to be the story? I mean, Bretonnia is very good. And I think that's just Pegasus Knights. They're just massively OP. Because, like, fucking top 4 being Bretonnia, that's really bad for the meta. And the problem is you see the same stuff over and over and over and over again. Like, I know there's limited models, but like, you don't... Peg Knight. That's quite a small number of Peg Knights. 9 Pegasus Knights. 10 Pegasus Knights. 6 Pegasus Knights. And this with 2 Bombards, which are definitely the best cannon in the game. 100% hands down. Brilliant. Because basically they're great cannons with short range and a really, really nice misfire table. So, yeah. Yeah, Green Knight you see over and over again. Green Knight, loads of Pegasus Knights, and that's your cheat code for Bretonians, really. I mean, yeah, you've still got to take the list, and you've still got to win games, and you've still got to like do the job on the day. But like, yeah, Bretonia winning again. What about this one? Oh no, there's nobody actually there. Good. This one, Unicorn fart on people. Thanks. that's exciting. That one looks alright. This is very. Oh no, look, see. Whoever's this one is, Mike Mattia doesn't want people seeing the results, so can't get them, obviously. Yeah, that's got 20. Nice. Warriors of Chaos, Bretonia, Dark Elves. Dark Elves? Oh, it's Matey Boy from Close Order. I think Dark Elves are quite good. Yeah, just think it's a model availability problem. Demons, that's an interesting one to look at. Geekfest. Let's have a look at Ed's Black Dragon, double Black Dragon. Yeah, obviously. Yeah, double Black Dragon, loads of Dark Riders, some Shades. Yeah, loads of poison attacks. I think the Shades have got poison attacks, haven't they? 6 cold ones with the. Oh, that's interesting. Ruby Ring of Ruin and Banner of Hargoneth. Yeah, that's an interesting combo. So it's very fast. It's very fast. Lots of stuff with Swift Stride, or I'll show you Shades. Well, I'll show you. I'll show me because I can't remember exactly what Shades do. I remember them being quite good, but like difficult to use. Yeah. Where are they? There we go. 15 points. They've got scouts, the skirmishers. They've got repeater crossbows, the BS high. So repeater crossbows have 2 shots. So they're probably 2 shots hitting on 3s most of the time. Because scouts means that you can put them wherever you like, really. And they've got move through cover, which is pretty good. And they reroll hits against high elves, which is obviously quite. It depends on your opponent. Has he given them any upgrades? He's given 1 squad veteran. Okay. They're just there to get in the way, really, aren't they? And allow you to, as are the Dark Riders. Because Dark Riders are really good, like, it's infantry then cavalry usually, isn't it? Dark Riders, yeah, they're really good. Does he get, what upgrades has he given them? He's given them Fire and Flee, Scouts. Oh, hold on, Fire and Flee and Scouts, and then 1 unit. So, is it like 1 per bloody thing? Is it 1 per? Yeah, it is. So he's given 2 units all the upgrades. So they've got Fire and Flee and Scouts, and then the other unit hasn't got either. Interesting. Interesting. Then we've got Cold Ones, which Banner of Hargoneth that's the one that AP, yeah, AP +1. So you've got basically, 6 Cold One Knights hitting pretty hard with their lances. Where are they? Yeah, so Strength 6, AP 3 with Armor Bane 1, so it could be AP 4, which is pretty horrendous. They are quite slow though for cavalry, only movement 7. So other cavalry like Bretonnians and High Elves have got an extra inch on you, which does make all the difference. But he's got enough stuff to get in the way to ensure that these Cold One Knights are going to get the charge off. And he's got 2 Black Dragons, which have the best breath weapon in the game. It's just absolutely disgusting. So actually, you don't mind it not being in combat. You don't mind spending an extra turn just to make sure you've got loads of units in your charge arc, so you're going to get to charge something. But yeah, Strength 4, no armor save, which is just unbelievable. And also, a unit that takes a wound from it is -1 weapon skill. So it's just so good. And it's basically the high elf top level dragon. Is that the Star Dragon or Emperor Dragon or whatever? It's essentially the same stat line as that dragon. Same points, but the breath weapon is just so good. It's fantastic. So yeah, Pendant of Caleth is the one that's like, if it's a strength 4 or less attack, then you get a 5 up ward, and if it's strength 5 or higher, you get a 4 up ward. Considering it's toughness 6, basically anything that needs a 5 up or better to wound you, you get a 4 up ward against, and anything that requires a 6 to wound you, you need a 5 up ward. So it's just the Pendant of Caleth on the Black Dragon just absolutely synergizes perfectly. And Tome of Furion. Which one's that? It's ages since I've had a look at Dark Elves. Tome of Furion. Okay, it's like a spell familiar. Why don't I just call it spell familiar? Jesus Christ. Like, bloody Games Workshop. We have the Tome of Furion. Isn't that spell familiar? No, because it's in book shape. Do familiars have to be Our familiar is never in book shape. Yes, sometimes. um, yeah, the Ruby Ring of Ruin on the Cold One Knight. Again, this is sensible because like the turns that this unit of Cold Ones is like manoeuvring and trying to get into position. Um, it's got a fireball coming at you, so 2d6 strength. Is it 2d6 strength 4 hits with like low AP or something like that? Or yeah, which is it's a pretty decent, or no AP maybe. It's a pretty decent fireball, so it's just a little incentive to make your opponent kind of try and close the gap really, and it also means you're not that bothered when they're not in combat because you're manoeuvring for a Ruby Ring of Ruin rather than and he's gone battle magic with the sorceress. So yeah, that's a good list. Yeah, I'll talk about that later. I've talked about it now, to be fair, but you'll hear me talk about it again later. So that one's interesting. What have we got here? This tournament looks like it qualifies. Yep. Demons winning. So let's have a quick look at that. Oh, okay. Fine, I guess. It's quick. Yeah, it's very quick. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Yeah, I like that. Etherblade is no armor save. Twin Heads is +1 to cast or something. +1. What's Twin Heads? Or is it no an extra spell? I can't remember. Something like that. Power Vortex. I like the one where you get to re-roll the dice. Like there is a Kairos upgrade for Tzeentch, which I don't know whether it's any good in tournaments, but it's just cool. Ogre's Panu Mesa. Well done. Ogre's winning. Fat Boy's winning. Nice one. Only 3. Lots of Gorges, Thunder Tusk, Saber Tusk, Bulls, Iron Guts. Very light on characters. A Tyrant on a Stonehorn. That's an interesting choice. I tried a Tyrant on a Stonehorn when I took Fat Boys, and it was an absolute disaster because it just kept getting challenged out. And the only characters they're quite slow for like monstrous things. So like if they're going to get charged, they're going to get charged by like what killed mine? I can't remember, but there was a big monster that just basically killed it in one round of combat. Like there was absolutely nothing. I got charged by a dragon basically, and it couldn't do anything. And the thing is, it needs impact hits. It hasn't got any stomps. It's got D6+1, strength 6, AP2 impact hits, which is fantastic, but no stomps. So it needs to charge. But then again, I suppose he's got a lot of like stuff that gets in the way, really. So that's interesting. I'd love to know how that played. But also, he won an event with 2 wins and a draw, so that's really nice. I don't know how they did the points here. There seems to be a lot of 10s, and that's weird. Is there a tournament pack? Normally, no. There's not even a no, and it would be in Spanish, so I can't read Spanish. Forgot. Okay, thanks, Scott. No results, no comment. Midgard. Dwarfs. Yep. Beastman. Warhammer Old World Tournament 2. Yeah. Okay. Orcs and Goblins took 1 and 2. Interesting. Tomb Kings. Yeah. Rage Quit. Table Flip. 12. That's a 1250. That's not enough points. The Pirates of Lucini. Oh, only seems to have 1 person come in. Okay, so that's actually better. There's actually been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 tournaments that qualify. And then of course there's New Recruit, which I really don't like. Getting the data off. It's such a pain in the arse. Old World, and then we need to click on tournaments up here. And then we need to go from, when was it? Then, yep. And let's go closed. Right, so then the thing is, you can't tab them open. You can't open link in new, so you have to go one at a time, which is very annoying. End of round 3. And then you can export as a CSV, which is pretty good. But the problem is, this is what you get. So then, oh, columns. Oh, what's it called? Convert text to table. I can't even remember what it used. It used to be called something else. I can't remember what that is. So then we've got to. Oh, what do I do? We do semicolon. We do that as well. Yep. And then we need to insert a column here and do text to table again, and then we need to do that to separate out the clubs. So let's get rid of that. Then he didn't compete. And then what do I want? Win, draw, loss. So I want that the other way around, thanks. Does it win, draw? So I want event results. So I want name, faction, event results, and let's do that. And then faction. And then I've got to go through them. Orc and Goblin tribes. That one is Chaos Dwarves, Lizardmen, Dwarves. Ooh. Vampire counts? Tomb King's Mortuary Cult. Oh god, they've got new icon. Why don't they? See, this is the thing. Like, why can't that faction just be part of the export by CSV? It just winds me up so much. I shouldn't get wound up so much by it, but I do. That's Vampire Counts. That's Empire. That's High Elves. That's Dwarves. Oh, is that Engineers? Yeah, Expeditionary Force. Yeah. And then High Elves. Oh, that means. Oh god. And then Beastmen, and then Dwarves again, and then High Elves. Right. Rogue Traders, CPH, Old World. Right, so then I've got to do... Oh, I need to finish off this one, LGT, that one. I mean, the chat GPT is inelegant. Let's be honest, because, you know, even after doing that, I've still got to go on and like record the results. But that's, you know, not that challenging really. I mean, LGT, I can probably do it all on one screen. Where was it? LGT Old World. So we got a 500. 0. And then we've got 410. Oh no, I need to do it on separate screens. So we've got 410, 401. That's the same twice. And then we've got a 311. Oopsie daisy. Silly Billy. 311. And that's the same. We've got 3 1 1s all the way down to 13. And then we get a 302. And that goes all the way down to 22. And all the way down to and including 22. And then we get a 212. 212 goes to and includes 26. And 27 is a 20. Oh, poop. Press one button. That's the chair keyboard interface error. 27 goes all the way down to and includes 36. And then 37 is a 1 1 3. And that goes and includes 4. Bloody thing. That goes down to and includes 40. And then 41 becomes a 104. 104. And then that goes down to 43 and includes, and then we get some little niggly results at the end. So 102, 103, 003, 005. Nice. So that's that result all recorded. So that took, not a lot of time really, just to go through the results, and most of the stuff while ChatGPT's loading, you can do, when. But then, to do this, we've then got to. Where's the new recruit thing? Let's put that on that side of the screen there. So, what we're trying to record is this, which obviously includes the flag, which you can't copy into Excel because well, you can, but it looks crap. And this is Denmark. And that's in Europe. And that was when was that? Ended 3rd of 3/11/24, and that was is it in, oh, where the bloody hell is it? There we go, rankings. And we had 13 in the end. 3 games, 13 players, 2,000. Right, and then, so we go back to the, where is it? Where's the data gone? There. So then we've got this one, which is the player column. And then we've got this one, which is the rank column, which goes over here. And then we've got this one, which is win, draw, loss. I don't know why I'm recording event results, to be honest, because I don't, none of this data is consistent, so I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with it. But anyway, and then I've got to go back to the thing and then just, so this is Orcs and Goblin Tribes, and that one is, I'm assuming Chaos Dwarves. Chaos Dwarves, yeah. Do we go back? And then we got Lizardmen, and then we got Dwarfs, and then we got, that was Tomb Kings, wasn't it? And then we got Vampire Counts, then we got Empire, and then High Elves, and then Dwarves, and then High Elves, and then Orcs and no, that's Ogre Kingdoms, isn't it? And then we've got Beastmen. And then we've got Dwarves. No, Dwarves. There we go. So that probably took the same amount of time. I'm just throwing... Why is this going Divo? What doesn't it like? Oh, right, I haven't done that yet. Boom. So then that should get rid of those errors. Yeah, I'm just throwing a tantrum because I don't like something. It's weird and new. I don't like it. Right. Cool. So that's me doing some data. So yeah, I'm going to finish off all that, and then I'll do a bit of stats show. But yeah, again, apologies for the long integer, but hopefully more content should be coming out soon. I'm going to try and spend at least a day a week, like recording content, working on the website, that kind of stuff, and doing a bit of hobby. And Wednesday's a good day for it because I've got a club. My local club meets on a Wednesday, so I should go and get a game, really, shouldn't I? That's what I should do. I should message the club. Anyway, it's 5 minutes past 11 now. I've got to make a call for actual work that actually pays me. So I'm going to say toodaloo and have a great day.